today as Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter have their workout at what they're calling the Colorado Showcase. It is the pro day for the quarterback of the Colorado Buffaloes and the Heisman Trophy winning two-way star for the Colorado Buffaloes. And what that's going to mean today is a couple teams having the full force of their front offices and coaching staffs at this pro day. There are a number of guys from the teams with the top three picks there. The Titans, who have the number one overall pick, have their general manager, Mike Borgonzi, their president of football operations, Chad Brinker, their college scouting director, John Salgi, their vice president, Reggie McKenzie, their offensive coordinator, Nick Holtz, their defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson there. In addition, they're going to work these two guys out on Wednesday. Head coach Brian Callahan will be present for that one. The second pick, the Cleveland Browns hold that, and they have probably the biggest contingent there. They have their owner, Jimmy Haslam, in attendance. The owner's son-in-law, J.W. Johnson, who's the team's EVP, he's there as well. The general manager, Andrew Berry, both their assistant general managers, Kat Hickman and Glenn Cook. The head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is there. The offensive coordinator, Tommy Reese, is there. The quarterback's coach, Bill Musgrave, is there. And then you have the Giants with the third overall pick, their general manager, Joe Shane, their assistant general manager, Brandon Brown, their director of player personnel, Tim McDonald, their head coach, Brian Dayball, their offensive coordinator, Mike Kafka, their defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen. All those guys are in attendance there. And then the New England Patriots with the fourth overall pick, they only have vice president of player personnel, Ryan Cowden, in attendance. I would couch that by saying of the four teams I named, they're the one that actually has their off-season program starting next Monday. So the coaches are back in Foxborough setting up for that. Obviously, a lot to see in Colorado, and this will be the last chance for a lot of folks to see Shedeur Sanders throw. Some of these teams will work him out privately, but the last chance for a lot of people to see Shedeur Sanders throw before the draft, which is 3 weeks from last night. And a chance to see Travis Hunter move around a little bit. He isn't running a 40 or going through the physical testing, but he will at least go out there and run routes for Shedeur Sanders. Where do we stand right now? Well, I think if I had to guess at this point, the Titans are pretty locked in on holding on to the first overall pick. Again, things can change, but pretty locked into holding the number one overall pick. And I don't think the number one overall pick will be one of the guys working out in Boulder. It is trending to be Miami quarterback, Cam Ward. Where things get interesting is at 2 with the Browns. And the Browns have at least looked at the idea of taking a position player at 2 and then maybe doubling back at quarterback somewhere on day 2. We got a little bit of a tell on that last week. Last Thursday night, Haslam, Johnson, and Berry were all in State College, Pennsylvania, took Abdul Carter out to dinner, but Kevin Stefanski was not there. Kevin Stefanski was in Oxford, Mississippi to see Jackson Dart work out. So the idea there could be that they take Abdul Carter or presumably Travis Hunter, second overall, and then take a quarterback there in the second round. The Giants, again, like if you look at the makeup of their quarterback room, they've set it up so they don't have to take a quarterback second over or third overall. They have Russell Wilson. They have Jameis Winston. That's a lot of starting experience in that room. They've got Tommy DeVito as their third quarterback. And it's interesting that they've brought defensive coaches as well. Having Shane Bowen there gives them a chance to look from that perspective at Travis Hunter as well. And I think New England sending less infrastructure out to Colorado is a little insight into maybe the idea that they don't think it's very likely that Travis Hunter gets them with a fourth overall pick. So if I had to guess right now, I would probably go Ward to the Titans at 1, Carter to the Browns at 2, and then Hunter to the Giants at 3. But clearly with their offensive coaches there, the Browns and Giants are still doing all the work on Shedeur Sanders. Now, could be that they take him in the top 3. It could be that they're looking at the idea that maybe he could slide in the first round a little bit, where they either get him at the top of the second round or they trade up from the top of the second to the bottom of the first to go and get him. Either way, big day in Boulder, Colorado today.